of friendship and affection between the American and Israeli people have endured for generations and are absolutely unbreakable. The historic proposal for the United States to take over Gaza, announced by President Trump last night, underscores this commitment.
Well, the Trump administration giving an optimistic view of what the future could look like in the Gaza Strip, but others not so sure about temporary U.S. ownership. Let's bring in Israeli Special Ops veteran Aaron Cohen and former State Department Deputy Special Envoy Eli Kohanim. Thank you both for coming on. Aaron, to you first. Benjamin Netanyahu stood next to the president yesterday, and he likes this plan. What does Aaron Cohen think about the U.S. taking over Gaza?
I think it's a brilliant strategic move. It's completely outside the box, like you said, when you set this up. And I'll tell you why. One, the Palestinians are no longer human shields. That's the most important piece. It's been an absolute murder festival watching what this terror group has been doing to their own people. Two, Israel now has more established security because Hamas can be eradicated. Three, the Americans now have the ability to gain a strong foothold in the Middle East, not having to rely on Qatar and Iraq, where they've been getting hit, because they can put a base right in Gaza. And that gives them a ton of leverage for forward operations for Iran, which I'm sure we'll get into in the coming days. Yeah. So that's a big piece right there. And for decades, the Arabs have used the Palestinians as political pawns, and now their hypocrisy is being called out by Trump. So I think it's brilliant, and I think it's a reset that we need to see.
As Nathan Sales said this today on America Reports.
We don't have the best track record of nation building in the Middle East. So I think the president and his advisors are aware of the limitations of American military power. And I think what we'll see coming from them is a bit of humility and humbleness about the limits of what we can do and what we can't do. But I think the big picture here is important to keep in mind. We can't go back to business as usual in Gaza.
So he's saying, look, you can't just let Gaza go back to Hamas, but at the same time, you can't put U.S. boots on the ground in Gaza.
I agree, and I don't think that's what the president has in mind as far as his vision. I think it's let look, once the Palestinians get moved out, if that does in fact happen, because I think this could be some signaling again, Trace. You know, the president has an ability to put that negotiating out there, send those messages, and all of a sudden everyone's going, whoa, whoa, whoa. So I believe that he doesn't see U.S. troops on the ground. I think it's Israel that's going to have to continue to do the heavy lifting. They're getting weapons coming to them that have just been signed off by Trump. But I think the U.S. presence there afterwards will help maintain that security. But really, it'll be U.S. interest moving forward with Iran and any other further problems in the region. But I think Israel will be able to handle it.
Yeah, I wanted to ask.
As a fan of Israeli special operations, were you blown away by that incredible pager operation? Grab yourself a signed copy of my best-selling memoir, Brotherhood of Warriors. Hit the link down in the description. I've got a limited number of signed copies to go out, and learn about how we train in Israel and about my time as one of the first Americans to serve in one of Israel's top special operations unit, the elite Mistaravim. This is the unit that goes undercover, dresses as Arabs to stop terrorists dead in their tracks. Hit the link down in the description and learn about Israeli special operations through an American optic. Hit the link in the description and grab yourself a signed copy of Brotherhood of Warriors.